Hello, it's really good to see you. Today we are going to be sampling 9 different snacks from Germany. I was in Aldi, big surprise, and I happened to notice on their flyer that this is German week. See? And they have all kinds of things here, all kinds of German food that you can get. Some of them they have all the time and some of them they don't. And on the back of the flyer for this week, they had a bunch of different things on here. They have German salami, an indulgent cake, an Oktoberfest snack mix tub, granola. They have a bunch of different things that you can get. Well, I have bought 9 things. I'm surrounded by them right now, and I'm going to show you the 9 things. I've already opened them because some of them were a little noisy, a little difficult to open. I had to use scissors or a knife or something to open the package. So I've gone ahead and opened them, but we're going to try them for the first time together, and we'll try them one at a time. And if I need it, I have my glass of water right here, just in case I need a sip of water. Because we have things like crackers and cookies or biscuits. One of them is called a biscuit, which I see now why some people, when I say biscuit, they're thinking of something else. So I'm going to show them to you one at a time. A bunch of them I have up here. A few of them I have down here on the floor. I'm going to show you this one first. Little Crinkly. Now, these are all made by the same company. Now, I don't speak German, so I apologize if I say anything incorrectly. I don't mean to. They're all made by Deutsche Küche. Deutsche Küche. And this snack here is a 7.05 ounce bag, 200 grams, and they're called peanut puffs. Crunchy corn snacks with freshly ground peanuts. Now that looked really interesting. This was one of the first things that caught my eye. I said, I've got to try that. I love peanuts and I love crunchy things. Like, this looks like cheese puffs to me. So I thought I would try this. They look kind of yellow. And they're kind of sort of yellow in the bag, but they don't look as yellow as they do in the picture. This is one thing. And then we do have, as featured in the ad, the October snack mix. This container, it's a little plastic bucket with the handle. Looks like a mixture of little flat bread things and pretzels and little cheese flavored snacks. This is a 1 pound, 1.6 ounce container, 500 grams. And it's also by Deutsche Küche. You can see all the little pieces in there. Very nice. And next, I have to be very careful with this one. It's very full, as you can see. I removed the top, and this container made me think of firecrackers. Firecrackers you can buy down in South Carolina. Sometimes you can get them in tubes like this. It kind of feels like that. They come all twisted, like the fuses are twisted together, and they're just in these rolls inside the package. See the bottom? Even the bottom looks like a roll of firecrackers. It really does. But these are, and I can't pronounce this, Doppel cakes. Doppel cakes. Sandwich cookie with 46% cocoa cream filling. And you can see the delicious picture there. You can see inside there. That's the next thing. And I probably won't try them in order because I'll never remember the order I showed them to you in. Here's another one. Now this is pretty big. I mean, there's a lot here. These are Doppelino hazelnut sandwich biscuits. These are just little cookies. I mean, I would never call these biscuits, but I know in different parts of the world you call them biscuits. Imported from Germany. hazelnut sandwich biscuits. So they look yummy. There's a bunch in here. This is also 500 grams, 1 pound, 1.6 ounces in there. And next, also from Deutsche Küche, I have pretzel crackers. Little thin, and I love pretzels, and I love thin, crispy pretzels like this, little pretzel snacks. Premium crackers that have a delicately crunchy texture. Looks like they have a little salt on them too. Oh, and this one, I had to go ahead and cut this. Now this is a marble pound cake. And it's beautiful. It does look like this when you cut it. It has chocolate on the outside, and then the inside is all marbly like that. This is 14.1 ounces or 400 grams. It smells really good. And we have these shortbread cookies. These are vanilla spritz, also from Deutsche Küche. And look at that. They kind of remind me of, is it Keebler? The fudge stripe cookies. They're shortbread cookies, and they have this drizzled chocolate on them. It kind of makes me think of that. So I'm curious, because it's been years since I had one of those. I'm curious to see what these taste like, if they taste the way I remember the Keebler fudge stripe cookies tasting. And also in a box, we have these shortbread cookies here. These are coconut spritz shortbread cookies. And I do love coconut. It looks like it has chocolate with coconut on it. And finally, I think this is my last one. Finally, we have also from Deutsche Küche, raspberry jaffa cakes. Sponge cookies with raspberry fruit filling, half coated with dark chocolate. You can see the picture of them on the back too. So what I've done for a lot of these, I went ahead and opened the box like this, and I opened the plastic so I can get to them relatively easily. Now, we're going to start with the peanut puffs. Right here. Crunchy corn snacks with freshly ground peanuts. I'll show you what they look like. They look like that. They smell like peanuts, definitely. They smell like peanut butter. And, hold on. I'll try another one. That's interesting. It's just like, my mouth and my brain are so confused right now. It's like, I'm expecting a cheesy taste, but it's definitely peanut flavor. But it's crunchy like a cheese doodle. It's not bad, but it's a little weird. Looks like there are little bits of peanut in there. It's good. It's a little salty, not bad. It's good. Definite peanut taste. There's no cheese flavor or any, and there's no reason for me to think that there is. It doesn't say anything about cheese. But just in my brain, if I eat something with this texture, it goes, well, of course there's cheese flavoring, but there's not. Crunchy corn snacks. So it's just corn and peanut stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about it. They're okay. They're fine. I still, just because of what I'm used to, if I eat something like that, it should have cheese powder. It's not real cheese, I know, but it should have some kind of cheese flavoring to it. Okay. So that was okay. It wouldn't be my first choice for a snack, though. All right. let's try the Oktoberfest snack mix. Now, I love stuff like this. Chex Mix. This makes me think of Chex Mix, if you've had that. So the lid just, one thing I noticed, there was a little piece here, and once I snapped that off, it's like this lid doesn't really sit, like it doesn't snap closed. It just kind of sits on there. Kind of weird. Anyway, we're looking here at this. Pretzels, little bread pieces. Definitely has a seasoning on it. Tastes a little onion and garlic. Kind of reminds me of Townhouse crackers, if you've had those. Let's try a pretzel. They have these little zigzag pretzels. And the little knots. I like the seasoning. It's not overpowering. A lot of times the seasoning on these mixes is just, it just overwhelms every other taste. And here's the little cheese thing. It's very crunchy. I really like that. The cheese flavored things are very good. Wow, that's good. Let's try one of each. Decent. I like the Oktoberfest snack mix. This is very good. I like this better than the peanut puffs. Look at that cute little cracker. It's like a fidget spinner. The crackers come in different shapes. Here's a triangle. And looks like a tiny piece of toast. I like it. This is very good. I love the seasoning. I don't know what all is in the seasoning. It doesn't say right up front, but it has paprika, garlic powder, and then it just says spice. Okay, so I think they're not going to tell me. Very good. And this was only, if you have an Aldi near you, I was surprised at how much this was. This was only $2.99 for this thing of snack mix. Very good. I like that. That's good. Because a lot of the Chex mixes, the spices are just, they're overpowering. It's just too much, and I don't like it. Okay. So that's the Oktoberfest. Now let's look at the Doppel cakes. Doppel cakes. Now these just look absolutely delicious. The package still makes me think of firecrackers. Oh my goodness, all the firecrackers and fireworks that we got in South Carolina when I was a child. Brings back memories. All right. 500 gram package. Now let's see these. They're pretty big. You can see how big they are. Let's see if I can lift one out. Boy, that's big. It's like a sandwich. I mean, I bite it, it's going to fall apart, isn't it? Probably. No, not really. The cookie part almost tastes like graham cracker, but it's a little bit sweeter. I like the cocoa. That chocolate filling in the middle, very good. It's a bit sweet, but oops, there we go. That's okay, I got a table right here. The outside part is not all that sweet. The cookie part is not terribly sweet. I was trying to come apart. I'll show you the chocolate filling. There's the cocoa in the middle. It didn't fall on the floor. It's all right. That would be good with a glass of milk. I wish I had a glass of milk right now. If you like coffee, it'd probably be good with a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee though. I've never liked coffee. I would love to have a little glass of milk to go with this. It's almost like a s'more without the marshmallow. The filling is fantastic. It's almost like Nutella. That's almost exact. It tastes almost exactly like Nutella to me, which I love. Okay. These are good. Oh, let me just finish it. That's a good size too. I mean, you know, if I just wanted a snack, like a little bit of chocolate, one of these would be more than enough. I don't think I could eat much more than that because the chocolate is a bit rich. I don't think I'd want to eat a lot of that. Dang it. That's so yummy. Okay, so that was the Doppel cakes. And I want to tell you too, all 9 of these things I bought at the same time. And all of this together was less than $19 for all of that. It wasn't even 20 bucks. I mean, I thought that was a great deal. All right. Next, let's try the marble pound cake. It's quite dense, as you know, pound cakes are. If you've ever had them, they're very dense and they can be quite rich. I'm going to show it to you because I had to go ahead and slice it. I just cut off this end piece right here, and I don't even have a fork. I'm just going to pick it up and eat it. It's like a piece of bread. It has this chocolate coating on the outside. Oh, it just melts in your mouth. The cake part just melts in your mouth. That is really good pound cake. I don't really like the end piece with all that chocolate. The chocolate is a bit much. But I think if I had a slice out of the middle, I would be very happy. And again, I want some milk. Why didn't I bring a glass of milk in here? Oh well. Next time I have it, I'll have it with milk. Now, the chocolate in this tastes like it might not be quite as sweet as the chocolate in the Doppel cakes. It might be, but it's kind of hard to tell. I love the cake in here. The pound cake itself is fantastic. The chocolate is good too, but again, I think I would rather not have the end piece. There's all this chocolate on it. It's a bit much. But it really just... Oh, the cake just melts in your mouth. It's so good. I like that. It's very rich. I like chocolate. But when you get it ready to cut it, I will tell you if you buy one of these, and I highly recommend it. I think it was only $1.99 or something. It's really cheap. When you open the package, it's not on like a little plastic tray or anything. It is just in there, and you're going to have something to set it on to cut it. It's not sitting on anything. It's just wrapped up in there. Very good, though. I highly recommend that marble pound cake. It is really good. But you're either going to need a glass of milk or some coffee or something to go with that. That's definitely one of those desserts that you're going to need something to drink with it. Or I do. For very rich stuff, it's like, it makes me thirsty, you know. Okay, now let's try the Doppelino hazelnut sandwich biscuits. This thing's heavy. That's these lovely little cookies right here. And they have this white filling. Crispy hazelnut cookies filled with artificial vanilla flavored cream, imported from Germany. Product of the Netherlands. It's like the UN up in here. Let's see if I can even get them out. I pushed them back in there, now I can't get them out. There we go. Oh, here we are. Here's one. They're very little. It's about the size of a quarter. It's kind of thick, though, with that white filling in there. It almost looks like a ginger snap, a ginger cookie. Here's the back. It almost looks like this part was put on backwards or something. Normally, this unfinished side doesn't show. And there's the other side. It's like a little coin. So I'm going to take a bite of this. I don't really taste the hazelnut. That's different. It's not as sweet. Definitely not as sweet as the marble pound cake or the Doppel cakes. Let me try this other half. It's good. I will say the cookie part, this part, is very light and crispy. It's almost tastes like there's some butter in it. You know how when you make cookies with butter, they're just more, they're lighter and crispier. It's kind of like that. I don't know if these are actually made with butter or not. But it wouldn't surprise me if they were. I'm going to eat another one. The edges almost look like the edges on an old bottle cap. They're good. They're good. I do like these. This is another thing, though, that I think would be good with some... I would really love to have this Dunkin' in a glass of milk. That would be so good. I really wish I had some milk. So, I don't really taste the hazelnut, though. I love hazelnuts. I was kind of looking forward to that. It's very good. Very crunchy. The cream, the filling is creamy, though. That definitely tastes like a butter cookie, like little butter cookies. I like them, but they don't really taste like hazelnut. So that was the Doppelino hazelnut sandwich biscuits. And you get a bunch in here. You get 2 trays of these. There are 2 trays in there. And they're good. I like those. I think so far, though, my favorite is this pound cake. What surprised me. I'm not really much of a pound cake fan. I don't think I tried the pretzel crackers yet. Pretty sure I didn't. I'm going to try these pretzel crackers because I love these. I need something that's not sweet for a minute. Ooh, look how thin they are. And they have a little design stamped on there too. Kind of like the little hazelnut biscuits. I can't call them biscuits, that's just wrong. I'm sorry. The hazelnut cookies. A very thin. I don't see any salt. Or very little. Oh, that's good. I love pretzels, though. I love the little thin, crunchy pretzels. These are thinner, I think, than most of the little thin pretzel chips that you get here. Oh, this one has salt on it. I can see it. And our pretzel chips don't have designs stamped on them. They're very, very thin. I could eat this whole bag. These are great. This would be a great, snack by itself or with a dip, you know, like some French onion dip or something like that. Any kind of dip, really. I can just eat them by themselves, so look at them in there. It's pretty cool. There's a lot in there because they're so thin. And these were really cheap. I think they were only $1.29 or something. Very good. It's hard to screw up pretzels, though. I don't think I've ever had a pretzel and said, oh, that's terrible. They all kind of taste the same. But those are good. Very good. All right. Coconut Spritz shortbread cookies. Let's see how big these things are. Whew. All right. Take it out of the box. Oh my Lord, they're big. These things are big. And they're heavy. Look at that. Oh, there's okay, there's chocolate on this side. And then it's coated with coconut. And then on the underside, there's really just chocolate right there. Let me move this box. Okay. Now it does still remind me of the Keebler Elf fudge crackers. Cookies, I mean. I don't know if they make one with coconut or not. I'm going to try a bite first on the chocolate and coconut side. Very light. Very nice. The coconut adds a nice touch. I like that. The chocolate is very sweet. The chocolate is very, very sweet. But the coconut adds an interesting extra layer of flavor. I'm going to just try the plain side. That's a good cookie. It's very good. That definitely has butter in it. Very light, very melty in your mouth. Let's try the chocolate again. It's almost a bit too much. Like the chocolate is just a bit overpowering. It's a bit much if you take a bite of just the chocolate. But what if I did a bite that was half chocolate and half plain? That's not so bad. It's very rich. But it really does just melt in your mouth. So it's good. I would say if you like chocolate and coconut together, you might really care for that. You might like that cookie. They're big too. Okay, so that was the Coconut Spritz shortbread cookie. Quite yummy. Now, a similar cookie we have is the Vanilla Spritz, and it just has the chocolate kind of drizzled on it in these lines, like the Keebler Fudge Stripe shortbread cookie. which I haven't bought in ages. It's bigger than the Keebler fudge stripe. And it doesn't, now see, the Keebler fudge stripe has the chocolate on the bottom as well. This one just has it drizzled across the top in these little lines like this. Let me move the container. Now it appears to be the same size as the coconut spritz. Nice little round thing here. You can see how thick it is. Something about the taste of this cookie reminds me of Christmas as a child. I have no idea why. It just made me think of Christmas as a kid. It's good. Just the right amount of chocolate. One thing I do like about it is that it just has these little thin drizzles of chocolate. It doesn't have like that whole coating of chocolate like the coconut spritz does on half of it. I think this is the same chocolate. It's very, very rich. It's very sweet. So to just have the little drizzles, I think is just about perfect. That's good. That's perfect. And it's the perfect amount of chocolate. I don't miss the coconut. Okay, these are better. This is almost my favorite. I think this might surpass the pound cake. Maybe. Very good. I think I know why it reminds me of Christmas as a child. When I was growing up, we almost never had sweets. We hardly ever had cookies or candy or even sweet cereal. My mom just, didn't think we needed to be eating that stuff. So it was pretty rare that we ever had cookies in the house. But one time that we did have cookies, she might buy a little pack of cookies right at Christmas time that we could have on Christmas Day. And maybe that might be something that she bought one year at Christmas or something. But as soon as I took a bite of that, it immediately took me back to Christmas as a child. And that may be like for sentimental reasons, that's why I like it the best. Because it was a pretty big deal to have cookies. So we almost never had them. Okay, I believe this is the last thing. We have the raspberry jaffa cakes. Now, I will say I am not a big raspberry fan. I normally don't really like them all that much. But I'm going to try this raspberry jaffa cake. It looks like a UFO. Ooh. It's kind of squishy. You can see it has chocolate on the top. And the bottom looks like a vanilla wafer. It's squishy. Okay, I won't squeeze it anymore. It looks like a UFO. Okay. So I guess that has just like this jelly filling, this raspberry jelly filling in here. It really does look like a vanilla wafer on the bottom. I can show it. The raspberry almost has a texture of, can't remember what they're called. There are these fruit things. They're almost like a gumdrop, but they're flat and they're fruit flavored. And they're not as thick as a gumdrop. They're chewier. I don't know. Anyway, it kind of reminds me of that. You can see it has this thin chocolate layer. And look cookie on the bottom doesn't taste like a vanilla wafer. It's almost like a little thin piece of angel food cake. Sponge, okay, sponge cookies. That's why it's like angel food cake. That's a nice combination of flavors. And I don't really like raspberry stuff. The sponge cake isn't super sweet, which is good because the raspberry and the chocolate are very sweet. The raspberry has a little bit of tanginess to it. But that thin layer of chocolate packs a wallop as far as sweetness goes. UFO. We'll eat one more because they're not terribly big. I like the sponge cake on the bottom. That's cool. That's a neat idea. And the raspberry jelly stuff is pretty thin. Pull some of this chocolate off. You can kind of see it there. That's a good combination. So those are the 9 things, little German snacks that I bought at Aldi today. And again, I got them all for less than $19. It was $18 and something for all 9 of these things. So I thought that was a really good deal, and that included tax and everything. So yeah, they were really good, and they had some other things as well. I didn't get one of everything. I just picked some kind of at random, and some of them that just looked appealing to try, and I certainly enjoyed it. I hope you did. And I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.